Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going? So, what am I working on now? I got a 2010 Dodge Ram. This thing got dropped off on Friday, and a customer stated, they were driving home, and the oil light came on. So they kept driving. They drove all the way home with the oil light on. They got home. They checked the oil. Had no oil in it, or no oil on the stick. So they added oil. I don't know how much oil they added, but they added oil. Then they got in it and started it up, and they said it was making noise. Now, one thing we noticed, or one thing Rob noticed, was there's no oil change sticker on this thing. So how many miles has it been since the oil change? Also, the change oil light message is on the dashboard. So I hate to say it, but sometimes most of the times, just not paying attention can be very costly to you. This is a 2010. It's a nice truck. However, it's a 3.7 V6. Whew. Okay, hold on. Let's see how far back that thing is. 3.7 V6. Now, a customer said they put oil in it. Let's actually just quick check. I haven't started it yet. It's been sitting in here all weekend, so there should really be almost no reason to even wipe the stick off. But now it's even low right now, and that oil is like mud, so that's not good. What a sorely underpowered vehicle these things are with a 3.7. The 3.7 was underpowered in anything it was put in, like from the Jeep Liberties to the Dodge Dakotas and stuff like that. I could just having one in a Ram. Woof, I couldn't even imagine having to drive something like this every day. Let's open up the door and start it up and take a listen. Like I said, I don't know what this thing's going to sound like, but we're about to find out. And we have a dank, dreary day. Rainy, miserable. Oh, let's start it up and let's take a listen. And I don't know if I told you, it's only got 98,000 on it. You can see that or not. I know I have a key here somewhere. I don't really hear anything. Let me back it up. Let me let it get hot. And then we're going to listen to it. I'm not going to drive it. I mean, it's still down probably a half a quart to a quart. So I don't want to go around driving it. But I'm going to back it out and just leave it idle. I don't really hear anything, but a knock may show up. And the fact that it was sitting all weekend and didn't knock, that's actually a pretty good sign. But let's get it warmed up and see what happens. Okay, so I'm not thinking this is as bad as it seemed initially. The lifters were tapping a bit, and it could all be because it's all sludged up. I think I may add transmission fluid to this. However, it does have what sounds like a very light rod knock. It could be piston slap too. It's hard to tell. What's piston slap? Piston slap is when the piston goes up and down in its bore, and the skirts start to wear because of lack of oil. Sometimes it's tolerant. Well, most of the times it's tolerances, but I've seen it where it's because of lack of maintenance. And what happens is the piston, instead of being true in its bore, it'll actually, as it goes up, it'll reach a point and then pitch slightly to come back down. And when it pitches slightly, what happens is the skirt smacks the side of the cylinder wall, and it creates like a rapping type sound. A lot of people think it's a rod knock, and it's really not. And engines can last forever like that. My Dodge Neon that had over 300,000 miles on it, it made that noise from the time I bought it. And I bought it with only 6,000 miles on it, and I drove it to 300,000. And it made that noise the whole time. And everybody's like, oh, that motor's going to blow up. The motor's going to blow up. No, it's not going to. But anyway, this does have a noise. Well, let's see if we can hear it. Ready? What I'm going to do is I'm going to goose the throttle a little bit. Hear it? There, hear it? Like I said, that could be piston slap. So I'm thinking, because I don't think this thing's actually knocking. I think, I mean, it could be, but I'm leaning more towards piston slap. Because it's very light, the motor's warmed up now. And it had a ticking noise, it was pretty heavy, but that went away. So I got a funny feeling everything's sludged up. I'm going to get some transmission fluid for this, type F, and add it to it, and maybe we're going to take it for a road test, let that work its way in a little bit, and then go from there. Alright, let's do that. I got to see, the customer may not have time too. This may just be a dump and go oil change. But let's find out. Alright, so all I'm going to do is add this. We have this in stock. So I'm going to add this quart of Ford ATF to the system. And I really don't care if I overfill it slightly, because it may only be a half quart to 3/4 of a quart low, but that's fine. I do not know if you can actually see that going in. There, that's a full brand quart. Not sure if you can hear me, because I forgot to grab my microphone. All right, so that's done and in place. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to back this out of the shop and I'll leave it idling out there for a while, because I have other things I need to look at. So I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll take it for a road test at some point. I don't know. Okay. I was just looking at the coils. I keep forgetting that the 3.7 and the 4.7, even though they're basically a 4.7, 3.7 is the 4.7 with 2 cylinders cut off. I keep forgetting that they did something different with the coils on the 3.7s, and I can never understand why. They actually use 3 coils with 3 wires, 3 coils on the driver's side with 3 ignition wires running over to the passenger side. Never figured out why exactly they did that, but they did. All right, let me find a spot for this. I'm going to leave it idling. And then let's listen to it real quick. I don't think. I'm trying to flow into this vehicle with my bum knee. Yeah, I mean, I hear no noise doing that. Usually, if you have a rod knock or something along those lines, usually on a cold start, like initially, or even that start, you should hear some kind of like grr type noise. Nothing. So I really think that's piston slap. So all right, let me park this and leave it idling. Actually, I could block these 2 bays. Probably the easiest for me to do. All right, let me do that. I don't want to be on a phone and crash the darn truck. All right, so it's been running a while, and it's definitely a rod knock. You hear it? It's idling, and it's coming from down low. It's not up here like where the lifters are. It's down there. And I bet you if I rev it up, you'll hear it go krrrk. Originally, I thought it was piston slap because it was so light, but no, I don't think so. There it is. Hear it? Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately that's a rod knocker. That's not piston slap. I was hopeful. So unfortunately, yeah, using transmission fluid is not going to fix that. So, all right, well, that's going to end this video because we've got to see what the customer wants to do. Only way around this is to replace the motor or have it rebuilt. So, all right, well, hopefully you're getting something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.